Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cold War Prepper. So it was just a little bit over an hour ago because I've tried to record this 5 times. I use Photoshop. Photoshop doesn't record every time that I push the record button. So this is attempt number 6, and it's ending up being right at 12 minutes. So that's about 70 minutes to record this 10-minute video to you. But anyhow, I did part 1 of my message to my relative who wanted to know more about prepping. I did everything but food, and I also forgot to mention one other thing, and I want to mention that here at the beginning. You absolutely need to get one of these. And there will be a link down at the bottom. Yes, I am an affiliate with that company. They'll give me a referral fee. It doesn't reduce or increase the cost to you at all. Just if you buy it, I get a very small commission for having referred you to them. Having antibiotics, I think, are going to be critical. We had an event happen here in 1997 where lightning struck our sewage pumping station and it backfilled into our drinking water. There was a crack in the karst, and it took the sewage down into our wellhead where our drinking water was gotten from, and my family member became the first confirmed cryptosporidiosis victim of that spill. We needed antibiotics in order to do it. So thinking of a post-SHTF environment where there's going to be lots of raw sewage and backups of sewage and everything else, get plenty of that, because you don't want to live the life of being infected with cryptosporidiosis. So now to part 2, the second email. So now to move on to food. I'm attaching some photos. Only about 6 living people know that these rooms exist and have seen them, and you will be number 7. I would really like to keep it that way. 2 are the room next to the one you stayed in, and the other 2 are of our laundry room. I invest most of my money in canned goods and bulk storage items from the grocery store that you can store for at least a year, and they should be your top priority as well. You get your best bang for your buck. Flour, rice, coffee, beans, etc. Freeze-dried is better than dehydrated, both in nutritional value and taste, but sometimes you get what you can. Freeze-dried comes in 2 forms. Pre-cooked, just add hot water, usually in single servings, but you can get family-sized number 10 cans. Mountain House is probably the most famous here. I have a lot. The advantage, just add hot water. No one knows that you're cooking and eating well while they're starving. But they're a little on the pricey side. The second form is components, like freeze-dried ground beef, onions, corn, chicken, apples, bananas, etc. You basically have to rehydrate them and then combine them just like regular cooking, and then cook them over a heat source. They can give off odors that let others know you're eating. But other than canned goods, this is where I spend the majority of my money. I like to plan my meals and then purchase the products to support my meal plans. So for example, breakfast number 1 is scrambled eggs, ham, toast, coffee, and orange juice. So now I know I need to order or purchase a can of instant scrambled eggs, Nutrient Survival, Thrive Life, or Algison Farms on Amazon, which is the best price. A little can of diced ham from Walmart, some homemade bread. You need flour and yeast, and either freeze-dried butter available from Nutrient Survival, Thrive Life, Algison Farms, or ghee, which you can get at Walmart or at Sam's Club. Instant coffee. If you want pour-over, drip, French press, or percolated, you'll need equipment and a heating source that can potentially run without electricity. And then for orange juice, a bottle of Tang. Breakfast number 2 will be pancakes with maple syrup, hashed brown potatoes, ham, mixed fruits, coffee, and orange juice. So once again, pancake mix. Crusties is our favorite. We get those either from the local grocery store or Walmart or Sam's. 100% maple syrup from any source you can. Freeze-dried butter, once again, or ghee. Freeze-dried hashed brown potatoes. They're actually, I believe, out of the email for a minute, I actually believe they're dehydrated. They come in small half-pint jar, milk carton type things, just like when you were in school, in elementary school for lunch, and just add water, mix them up. Idahoan is the brand that we buy. Now back into the email from Walmart. A small can of diced ham from Walmart, a can of mixed fruit, or freeze-dried mixed fruit. Coffee, instant, and then plan if you need to add sugar or creamer. And then once again, Tang for orange juice from Walmart. Entree number one is chili and rice, peaches, and tea. I don't differentiate between lunch and dinner. I just call them entrees and make them pretty much interchangeable. I try to get a protein, a carb, a fruit, a vegetable, and a drink for every entree. For this one, I'll need a can of chili. We try to get the smallest can possible to avoid leftover spoilage. Rice, it's okay to use instant, although instant doesn't store as long as white rice. A can of peaches or a serving of freeze-dried peaches, and instant tea or coffee. Entree number two is spaghetti and pasta sauce with Parmesan cheese, 3-bean salad, fruit cocktail, and coffee. Spaghetti, bottled pasta sauce, or you can get freeze-dried pasta sauce, either from Thrive Life, Emergency Essentials, or Rainy Day Foods. Out of the email for a minute, we have a family member who's allergic to tomatoes. So both Rainy Day Foods and Emergency Essentials have outstanding Alfredo sauces. So if you have allergies or just want a variety, consider getting Rainy Day Foods or Emergency Essentials Alfredo sauces in conjunction with your tomato sauces. Back into the free email. Emergency Essentials and freeze-dried wholesalers have great freeze-dried meatballs that you can consider adding to your pastas. Algoson Farms and Thrive Life, as well as Rainy Day Foods, all have great freeze-dried Parmesan cheese. For a 3-bean salad, we get ours canned Reed's at the grocery store. Out of the email for a minute, Reed's also makes a great German potato salad in a can. You might consider getting a bunch of those as well. Back into the email. And freeze-dried instant coffee or tea. Here are the suppliers that I like. So these are not in any particular order. Thrive Life, I've been a distributor with Thrive Life since they were called Shelf Reliance back in 2009. I really like their meats. They now have freeze-dried shrimp. They have great sauce. I'm just impressed with everything they have. They used to have a can. It's very popular, so it's hard to get. They have a can of great white bread. So it's basically one can of this. Just add water and you bake a loaf of bread. Algoson Farms, eggs, dairy products, vegetables, fruits. Just get them on Amazon. They have a lot of great sales, and if you're a Prime member, you get free shipping. Rainy Day Foods has some of the best prices on soups and vegetables, especially if you bulk order. Emergency Essentials, just a plethora of great freeze-dried products. I have a can or 3 of their freeze-dried salsa, Mexican hot sauce for burritos, etc. Out of the email for a second. I just did this to her because she's up north and they don't have spice. She doesn't like spicy things, so I just kind of a Texas, thing. Back into the email. Nutrient Survival, great foods, very nutrient dense, a little pricey. Use the code CWP10 to get a 10% discount at checkout. One of the things I do want to tell you, and this is out of the email now, is they run specials all the time. Contact me, and I'll let you know if there are any specials going on. One that they constantly have is if you add their sampler, 5-product sampler, it has a value of $37.50. When you check out, that gets taken off. You get the 5-product sampler for free. I don't know if it's still going on or not. They had one called Cookies, and if you just use the code word cookies, you got a can, 15 servings of chocolate chip survival cookies. 2 cookies is a meal. They've got a sale going on with a 14-day food supply. They've got a 5-day reset. They've got all kinds of sales going on all the time. Contact me, and I'll tell you how to get the best for your money. I only get a commission if you use the CWP10, but until you spend $375, that's not the best discount for you, and I'll be honest with you on that. There are other things you can get that's going to be better for you. Back into the email. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons, have several stores, Provident Living Centers. You can also order online throughout the U.S. We're lucky to have a store here in Round Rock. I used to get a can each of flour, refried beans, and onions. Mix those with a can of cheese from any of the other sources, and you have an instant bean burrito. I would fill up the rest of the case with a can of either spaghetti, macaroni, refried pinto beans, mashed potatoes, onions, carrots, apples, white beans, a case a month. Now I don't have any room for any more, but a word of warning. Their cans come without lids, so either order lids from them, I think they're $1 each, or save your 3-pound coffee can lids, or buy airtight containers that will hold a number 10 can equivalent of fruit. My thoughts here are I don't put any credence in any of the long-term food storage plans. We're talking the 6-month and 1-year type plans, except for Thrive Life's. Simply because I know Thrive Life, I know all the components, and you can make what you want, and I know that they're all top-notch quality. So hope this helps you, Lee. Let's get out of this now that the email's over, and let me tell you about my thoughts about the long-term food storage things, the 3, 6-month, 12-month supplies of food. If you take a look at the servings, then one serving is going to be a glass of milk, another serving is going to be a serving of oatmeal. I don't care for either one of those, to be honest with you. I drink milk, but I don't care for it. I got some bad milk, some sour milk while I was in the Army, and so ever since then, like if I drink milk here at home, I have Helen smell it before I drink it, because I just can't do that again. Can't have that sour milk. But anyhow, so with those, you're going to get milk, you're going to get, that's a serving. You're going to get oatmeal or cream of wheat, that's a serving. I just can't handle the consistency of those in my mouth. Another serving is going to be, macaroni and cheese. Is that what you want to live on? So take a look at the servings that they're offering. And the other servings they're going to have are going to be cream of potato soup, cream of broccoli soup. I mean, if you take a look at it, it's not stuff you really, really want to live off of for a year. So really scrutinize what they're selling you at these very expensive prices for a full year. The other thing is, and this is speculation on my part, I don't have anything to justify it, but I would also wonder about the taste of those. It would seem to me that they wouldn't be that concerned about taste, because you're going to taste it after an SHTF environment. And so if SHTF has happened and you're eating this stuff, what recourse do you have? You're going to be able to get your money back? You're going to complain to somebody because of the taste? What are you going to do other than eat it? So I'm just skeptical of the long-term people. I would say if you're going to buy one of the very long-term food storage plans, call the company and ask them if you can sample some of their foods. You want to taste them before you spend a couple $1,000s. So that's just my thoughts. Anyhow, I hope this helps you. That in the fact that it's the email that I shared with my relatives. So remember that we're all in this together, so we can come out the other side together. Please be kind, polite, and respectful to each other, because togetherness is the key. Take care. Bye-bye.